Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to the patch notes for the brand new Tower of God rerun, which I will say, I would say you couldn't even consider this a collaboration. It is really mediocre, like really good. So of course we got the two new characters, with their skills, which we'll go over in a second. We'll go over all the content first, and then we'll go over their skills and stuff. And the banner. So once again, 600 guarantee the characters. There is no LRs in this entire collaboration. All the 5 characters will be returning. Their relics, or Mazino's relic, it increased the hero's crit chance by 50% for each hero that dies in battle, which is Red Demon Melee's passive. And then Neon, whatever you want to call it, applies 1 ignite effect on all enemies for 4 turns at the end of the enemy's turn and at the start of the ally's turn. Increase allies' damage dealt by 3% and decrease their damage taken by 3% for each ignite on the enemies. So 30% damage increase, 30% damage reduction for your entire team. Once again, that is not linked to a specific race as well. Also, as you can see here, final boss Zahard will be returning. Bundles, more bundles. Login rewards, so we get 70 diamonds and 30 tickets. Unfortunately, you will not be able to get the 30 tickets day one, because update comes out exactly on reset, which means you can't log in beforehand and then get the rewards, which is really sad, but unfortunately that's how it's going to be. We do get a free copy of you through Violaith from the events itself. As you see here, if you do these missions, not only then you get another ticket, so actually you get 4 Mortys for free, which is pretty good. It makes it so you don't have to spend about 480 diamonds, which isn't too bad. Get Violaith for free, who's wants to get a really good PvE character. Other event stuff. This is once again the wheel. The spin the wheel thing, there you go. These are rewards you get. You get a relic and some other stuff as well. These are rewards you can get from those boxes. It is random. Items list receive 1 item at random, so you can't pick. Yeah, this is an event tower boss, which is okay, I guess. It's just event tower's kind of mediocre, but it's okay. These are rewards, so floors 1, 2, 3. You can just see the rewards here. We get 5 diamonds in total, which is kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie. We get two collaboration relics, 15 SA coins, a UR pendant, some of these triangles, which I guess are okay if you need a few relics, some engraving materials, which is always nice, and some cosmetic enhanced materials, which is also always nice as well. The Hawk's Awesome Chest reward finally returned after like ages. It's nice to have that back. Standard rewards, they've not updated anything, they've not lowered anything, it's the same rewards. Event outfits, so you've got the new Mazino's outfits here. So these two are the paid ones, this one is the diamond one. And then you've got Yeon, these two are her paid outfits, this one is the diamond one. Also, you've got a new outfit for the original 3, each one being pirate themed. They all sort of follow a theme normally. And once again, you can purchase all the old outfits for all the old characters, including the old diamond ones as well. This is a payback reward. Once again, the more diamonds you spend, only diamonds, not pity. So let's just say you were to use all those tickets and get to pity, so you'd spend 480 diamonds at max. Of actual diamonds, you'd only actually get up to here, the reward, which it's okay. Collaboration relics, you can earn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can earn enough to get everyone's relics, that's it. No extras. Login events, no one really cares about. This is always here now. Every event, they seem to re-add it, so it's basically a permanent thing. Hawk Pass, Nazian's getting a Hawk Pass outfit, which is okay. This is the Anne outfit as well. I think I've already got that outfit, I'm not too sure. I keep scrolling. Hawk Pass, nothing's changed with Hawk Pass. Event. They did a few like tidying up and just changing to stuff you can do now. You can now click on Chaos Battle and it takes you to Chaos Battle, I think, or it tells you the events that are held. You can now change the teams. They've basically done a bunch of UI changes and make everything look a little bit better now, which is kind of cool. When you go on to change your teams, you can scroll down and actually see your teams with the CC as well, which is really nice. Don't know why they've blurred out the CC there. It literally means nothing. And then once again, it just shows you how they look for these ones as well, which doesn't really look like it's changed very much. Oh no, it's added 1 more. I don't know what that is. Probably event boss. And then you've got the buff to the old characters. So all they got was a very mediocre stat boost. Some of them. So they got no sub-stat boost, only main stat boosts, and still then, it's okay. Well, the stat boost is like nothing. Will it make a lot of difference CC? Maybe 1,000, at max maybe 2,000, but that's all you're really getting per character. Both new characters will be added to Hero Arena for the final 2 seasons, sorry, final 2 weeks, which is okay. And then we go on to the characters themselves. So overall, update-wise, they don't actually go over Final Boss so hard. Did it even show it? This just says this is the Tower Trial. It doesn't even show the final boss Sahad here. It doesn't. Okay, but they did say it does say final bosses are hard in this update, unless it's not out yet, which is a complete possibility that they're sort of stalling it. Sort of make you have to wait to the next bit. Final bosses are hard. Okay, yeah, which starts on the 5th, so I think next week, which is okay. And then we'll go on to the actual banner itself. Now onto the banner. There's their ultimates, passives. We'll go over all of this now. So, Mazino's 1, increase all stats of the hero by 5% for each participating ally in battle. That is not linked to any race or anything, which is kind of nice. Taunts all enemies for 1 turn at the start of the battle. That is a blue buff. So, once again, if you're versing Estarossa, you've got no taunt. At the start of the allies' turn, applies Power of the King on the hero, then Shinsu Barrier on allies for 2 turns. I think that's also a blue buff. Power of the King increases attack related stats by 30%, damage dealt with single targets increased by 30%, and Shinsu Barrier creates a barrier equal to 300% of the hero's initial attack, and then reduces the damage you take from that shield by 80%. At the start of the allies' turn, decrease the hero's damage taken by 20% for each Shinsu Barrier removed for 2 turns, up to 4 times, so you can get max damage reduction basically. If it's 3 man up, you get 60% damage reduction, which is really good. If the hero survives with less than 50% HP, the all debuffs are removed from himself, fully recovers health, becomes invincible for 1 turn, and gains ruler over the tower for 2 turns. Limit is once. Okay, that's kind of mediocre. It's only for 2 turns. Invincibility, so he's immune to all damage, and then ruler over the tower. Damage dealt increased by single targets by 100%, and then crit chance is increased by 50%. First skill, inflicts Skybreak damage equal to 5% of attack on 1 enemy. What is Skybreak? 50% increase attack when using this skill, and 2 times crit damage. So if you don't crit, he's going to struggle. Also, his base crit chance is sub 100%. So even with that 30% attack related stat boost, you're still looking at 120% max, maybe 130, which is not going to be enough to crit your average character, especially if you're versing Lance with humans. You're not going to be critting any of them. 0% chance to crit, which is really, really bad. And then his debuff skill decreases defense-related stats of 1 enemy by 50% for 3 turns, and then inflicts burst damage equal to 300% of attack. Burst damage, once again, 2 times crit damage, and then 50% increased damage dealt when attacking a debuffed enemy. It's sort of really contradictory. He has a lot of he wants his allies to die, but he wants to live, but if he just gets one-tapped, turn 1, he gets immediately killed by 1 skill. Let's just say, I don't know, you don't deal damage the first turn, second turn it goes to Liz Melee, or they go first, you break their shield, Liz Melee single targets you once, you're dead. You have to have someone that has damage cap, that can give you humans damage cap, is what you're going to really need to survive, which is going to be a problem, because he doesn't really look like he has much tank, of course, unless the shield breaks and he gets some damage reduction. Once again, Liz Melee power an absurd amount of damage, and Mage Bird straight up vaporize it even through that damage reduction. The ultimate increase all stats by 30% for 2 turns, applies Shinsu Barrier on all allies for 2 turns, then inflicts the damage dealt equal to 525% of attack on all enemies. Shinsu Barrier literally just... This is not an effect, so this ultimate probably won't do much damage at all. It is AoE, which is okay, the 30% all stat boost is okay, but once again, the multiplies 350% at 1/6 with a 5% all stat boost. Yes, you get the shield, you do get the shield back, which is good, but that's all you really gain out of it. Next is Yeon. Increased hero's basic stats by 5% for each human participating in battle, so once again she is human locked. Applies Burning Shield on the hero at the start of the battle. Burning Shield HP does not fall below 1, reflects 50% of the damage the hero takes. Effect is removed when taking 4 times, basically getting hit 4 times, which is okay. Basically means the first turn she can't die, which is really good. But once again, turn 2 you still get vaporized. Applies 1 flame of the family on all heroes on the battlefield at the end of the enemy's turn. At the start of the allies' turn, stacks up to 2 times. Flame of the family decrease the target's remaining HP by 5% at the end of the allies' turn. I didn't mean to click on that. Which, once again, as you read, it stacks on not only you, but your enemies. So not only do you lose 10% of your max HP every turn, they also lose 10% of max HP at the start of their turn or end of their turn, however it works. Which is okay. It's a little bit mediocre, but that's just how it is. When the hero uses a skill, all the Flame of Family effects are removed from all heroes, and the hero's damage dealt and crit damage is increased by 10% for each flame removed. Stacks up to 240%. Yeah, that says damage dealt and crit damage by 10%, up to 240%. So you can increase your crit damage by 240% and your damage dealt by 240%. And then if you remember her relic, that's another 30% increased damage dealt and 30% damage reduction. So you end up with like 270% increased damage dealt and 240% crit damage boost. Yeah, she looks like she could be quite good. All her skills have some sort of increase of crit chance, which is good, especially because once again she can increase her crit damage by an absurd amount. I do think it's going to take her maybe a turn or two to set up, but when she is set up, she will be going. So like Liz Melee, they can't do lots of damage turn 1, but when they are set up, they are set up. Inflicts Firestorm damage equal to 5% of attack on one enemy. Firestorm is 2 times crit chance, 2 times pierce rate, and 30% increased damage dealt for every ignite on the enemy. And then you've got another one which is called Spark. Inflicts Spark damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies. Spark is 1.5 times damage dealt and 2% crit chance per 1% HP remaining. So if you're missing 99% of your health, you'll have like 140% increased damage dealt, and then a lot of crit chance as well. But once again, she's probably going to crit a lot anyway, because she's got 2 times crit chance skills, and another crit chance skill down here. Inflicts Firestorm damage equal to 400% of attack on all enemies. Once again, look at that at 1/6. 250%. That is less than her golden AoE. So you actually do more damage with a golden AoE over her 1/6 ultimate. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. You get 2 times crit chance, 2 times pierce rate, 30% increased damage dealt for each ignite on the target, and then once again, it tells you what ignite does as well. It's 6/6. You're looking at probably an insane amount of damage dealt, because that's 7 ignites. That's the same as 6/6 Monspeed. So yeah, it's a lot of damage dealt if you are 6/6, but if you're like 1/6, you may not be doing too much damage there. But unfortunately, that's just how it's going to be. The banner itself is mid. I'm going to be like 100% honest. The best person on this banner that isn't in the collaboration characters is Sigurd. And when it comes to the collaboration characters, the characters you're going to want are probably the 2 new ones and Yuri. Because Zahad's still useless, because they didn't give him any buff that would actually help his kit at all. And Hugh is free, so you don't even need him either. So you'd want these 3, and maybe Sigurd. Everyone else is sort of useless. I don't understand why this banner is so bad. There's no Green Camilla, there's no Nausians, there's, no other half-decent character on this banner, which is really sad to see, because not only is the characters are okay. I'm not going to say they're like broken, or like they're not like, I'm not going to say they're horrendous, but they are, I'd say, subpar. You can't compare them with Slime RERUN. And bear in mind, right, something I want to talk about is Overlord had a rerun 10 months after its initial release, and every character had a buff to either some sort of their passive or and their skills and their stats. All of their stats got boosted. All of them had some sort of like buff to their passive or skills. And these characters are a year old, which is 2 months older than what the Overlord characters were when they got buffed, and they only got substat buffs. Sorry, just main stat buffs. No substat buffs. No passive buffs. This just seems like this was just, they just had this from another game. They imported it. They made a few outfits. They gave them half decent passives and thought, yeah, that'll do. Because that is what it seems like. It's not immediately like, oh, they look so cool, they look like they're going to be so powerful. Once again, they could be completely powerful. Yeon could be really broken for PvE, and that's the reason why they're giving her that insane damage dealt, because her debuffs are grey. All her effects are grey, apart from her ignites, which there's the standard ignite debuffs. Mazino has the problem of all his things being blue. Well, 2 of them are blue, which is the taunt and the shield are both blue. Which is quite a big problem, especially when characters like Estarossa are meta. Once again, if you're not versing in Estarossa, it's probably not too bad, but if you are, you immediately lose the taunt. If you go first, you immediately lose the shields. It's like you're immediately just under a lot of damage. I do think the taunt should at least been grey. The shield, once again, whatever, it's a shield. Both of these characters have some form of like shield in their skills, which is like, eh. Burning Shield applies to the hero. Once again, it's not a proper shield, but it has the name shield in it, and I just feel like they're just spamming this sort of protection stall meta, and they're going to release some insanely broken festival or collaboration characters that's going to wipe the field. Of course, this collaboration is 4 humans, 1 unknown, which is good for humans, I guess, but it's okay. The best thing about Mazano is that he works with everyone. All stats of the heroes increase for each ally participating in battle, not hero, just ally participating in battle, which is really good. And that's it. He's just really good. That's all he's really got going for him. Once again, I have to test him out tomorrow. I'll definitely get one copy of each, and we'll test him out. I'm doing one rotation. It's not really worth me doing any more rotate than just one rotation. Yeah, we'll test them. We see how they go. But as for right now, I cannot recommend to skip or to summon, only because the showcase they did was horrendous. Like, absolutely horrendous. They put both the new characters on the same team with Lance, with Green Sigurd in back. You think, oh, that's not too bad. But then you realise that most of the damage came from Lance, and the fact that he is 6'6". If that Lance was not that Lance wasn't there, and they replaced it with Escanor or Arthur, it would be a whole different story. And what I don't like about, once again, he's got a decent kit and all, but he sort of wants allies to die, and this passive is ripped straight off of Red Demon melee. It just seems like they just didn't really care too much, and I feel like they're getting it absolutely battered, and I can't wait to see all the YouTube videos about them being absolutely bad. I'm going to sort of wait before I say, oh, it's a horrendous collaboration. I'm going to say it looks like a horrendous collaboration, but I'm not going to say it is until I've tested all the characters, tried them out in PvE, because once again, that's just what I do. Test them out in PvE, see how they go, and see, are they really as bad as they look? Because they may not be too bad. Their CC's not bad. They're about 74k each, which puts them on par with some LRs, like LR Liz. But once again, LR Liz is PvE only. But yeah, we'll see how they look. We'll give them a test. And yeah, thank you for watching. And let me know your thoughts and opinions on these characters below. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.